It's the Southern States Wrestling Ladies Championship on the line as your champion, Misty James, takes on contender Violet Adamz here on NWA Mountain State Wrestling. And as you learned recently, Misty James has signed a long-term contract here with NWA Mountain State. We're going to see her going up against a lot of competitors here over the next coming months.
Well, fans have been asking for it for a while. Mountain State Wrestling, when are we going to get some great women's action? Today, we deliver on our promise to give the fans what they want, the finest women's wrestling action you're going to see in West Virginia.
Absolutely, and it is only the flagship of the National Wrestling Alliance. It's NWA Mountain State Wrestling. Violet Adamz looking for some form of egress here in her match against Misty James. I'm sure both ladies would love a shot at Tasha Shimon and the World Ladies Championship. Misty James with an armbar on Violet Adamz.
You know, Misty James is doing a terrific job against, I would argue, a much larger competitor. Misty James, I'm sure she's strong, I'm sure she's athletic, but that woman she's in the ring with, she is dangerous.
One lady from Virginia, one lady from South Carolina, and the battle has led to Hinton, West Virginia here on NWA Mountain State. And fans, you're welcome. What a great time we have had here in Hinton, West Virginia over the years. Over 300 plus episodes of NWA Mountain State, and now settling into a new home in downtown Beckley for our television events. Guys, this is scheduled to be our last television event to take place on the road before centering into home base as Violet Adamz fires some shots in. But Misty James continues to roll through. Both ladies roll through.
And Misty James is going to the outside perhaps to get a breather. Violet Adamz, the first time she went for that arm drag, Misty James hung with her every step of the way, but that time Violet, at the end of that, she came out on top.
She looks very confident in herself, but what she doesn't see is Misty James setting up a fury of offense here.
Misty slingshots into the ring, sunset flip, gets her over. 2 count only.
Ryan Anderson calls it a 2 count. Violet Adamz in her kick out, she actually had a very adverse effect on Misty James's equilibrium. And now using the only tag team partner that she has in the match, the actual ring itself, to her advantage.
You can use that ring any way you want. And while illegal, grabbing a hold of the hair and whipping her across the ring, that did a lot of damage to Misty James. I gotta congratulate Violet on a very sound strategy. Win by any means necessary, just don't get disqualified.
Absolutely, and that's what she intends to do as she sends the Southern States Wrestling Ladies Champion across the ring. The fans absolutely not enthralled with Violet James and firmly in the corner of Misty James. Violet Adamz, excuse me.
Violet Adamz, she's past the point of being deterred by that. The beginning moments of the match, yeah, maybe what the fans said was getting to her. That's natural when somebody sends you an insult. But she's shut them out of her mind. She's reapplied herself, and she's doing quite well at the moment.
Absolutely, Misty James definitely could benefit from a second wind in her sails at this moment, as Violet Adamz brings her back up for even more violent content here. Choking her out on the middle rope is Violet Adamz. I'm not sure if she's so keen on becoming the next ladies champion nearly as much as she is dishing out some punishment on an opponent that she has faced on several different occasions.
Well, you heard in the opening moments, she said something to the fans about, you're really going to cheer for this Barbie? Wait till you see what I do to her. So I'd have to view this, she has a grudge against Misty James, or at least women she perceives to be like Misty James.
Reverse crab now being applied by Violet Adamz, and she has Misty James right where she wants her, Stephen Hensley. She's not going to be moving easily of her own accord.
And Violet is just doing a terrific job out there of utilizing her size to its utmost potential as a momentum shifter. Misty's going to have a real hard time fighting against her when she utilizes her tools so well.
And Violet Adamz extorting the Southern States Wrestling Ladies Champion to tap. But she wouldn't be the Southern States Champion if she gave up easily.
And she just jumped up and down while holding James in that maneuver. What's that feel like? That submission maneuver was already painful.
And Misty James using a single leg to swing her around. And now charging ahead with a clothesline. And another clothesline. She's making sure that her feet are under her. She's sizing up, fighting through the pain.
Well, she took a moment too long there. She measured Violet, but Violet was waiting. Violet caught her. She's got her cinched up and over with that suplex. She almost sent her out of the ring with that one.
Almost. And neither lady readily up to their feet yet.
Misty's a little bit slower to move right now than Violet, though. She really felt the effects.
Violet dragging her opponent across the ring.
And this is just brutality, Dean. She's holding on to the hair. Her head isn't even hitting against the mat. She's just punching away on her face.
This is almost too much to watch here on NWA Mountain State Wrestling, but this is what makes a champion, and this is what gives you the heart of a champion, the ability to do just that, to get up after that much brutality.
You know, if I didn't know any better, Dean, I would think this was personal. I don't know too much about their history against each other, but you can definitely tell that Violet has a chip on her shoulder as it regards Misty James.
They have faced each other in dire combat before. Misty said so in a promo with Jonathan Styles earlier. And the fight, as I said, it's covered several states. Violet Adamz now. Wow, we've got an inside cradle, and that's it!
She's got it!
Just like that, we were in the midst of calling what surely was going to be a suplex by the challenger, and it was an inside cradle that brought the title back to Misty James. A hard-fought contest, but Misty James remains the SSW Ladies Champion here on NWA Mountain State Wrestling. As Violet Adamz is looking to make her way out of the crowd. Jonathan Styles is looking to have an ringside interview. Violet Adamz shellacking the crowd verbally here in Hinton, West Virginia on NWA Mountain State Wrestling. This is quality entertainment here. That lady is upset. And now we're gonna go to Jonathan Styles.
Misty James, if I can get a quick word with you, please come back out. Please come back out, Misty James. Give it up for Misty James. Misty, congratulations on a hard-fought title defense, as well as signing that long-term contract with NWA Mountain State Wrestling. I gotta tell you, I've been heard that you're gonna bring this championship to White Sulphur Springs, to Gary, West Virginia, to the McDowell County Fair on the 31st, to Ansted, West Virginia, June the 1st, and even Mullins, West Virginia on June the 2nd. Is this all true?
Oh, it is. It's all true. Thank you, West Virginia. I love you guys. Oh, you're amazing. You're something else. I do have some tough battles coming up. But let me tell you one thing. As I always say, I can't do it without these great fans. I can't do it without you fans. But I will say one thing. I will put this title up on the line, but I am country strong, and I will survive.
Misty James, ladies and gentlemen, Misty James.